Now, one of the problems you may find is when you're recording, there may be a hum on line or a background sound that isn't very pleasant. Now, for instance, in this Tandy clip, as I play it, you can't hear it very well, but you could see on the meter over here
the bardos,
that there is some background noise.
Concept. The places in between, not quite this, not quite that.
Now, we don't want to have to go into every single area and keyframe that down so that it's perfectly quiet. There is another tool that is very useful for that. It is called Adobe Audition. It is this program called Adobe Audition, and I'm going to click on it and open it up. So what I've done is I said File, Import, File, and I went and I found the file that I want, Tandy Hum Online, and open that. Okay, so what you see here as I play it,
the places in between.
So you see a little visual of Tandy down here, but what's important is you see a very big waveform and you could really hear that noise. So as I play it, there's the noise level.
The bardos. Interesting Tibetan concept.
So how do we get rid of that noise? Well, one way to do this in Audition is to sample the noise. So I'm going to click and I'm going to drag over and sample just where we hear the noise. And I'm going to go up to Effects and I'm going to say Noise Reduction, Capture Noise Print. Okay, and then I'm saying all right. Okay, and then I'm going to select Command A to select all of this, and I'm going to go to Effects, Noise Reduction Process, and it comes up with a menu. So right here, if I click on Output Noise Only and I play this, there's all that noise. And you can see the noises surrounding her voice as well. So I could change the noise reduction. I could increase it. I'm going to increase it a little bit and the amount of dB. Okay, and play that. So what we're listening to is the output of the noise only. So I'm going to unclick that.
Wherever that might be.
And that's the result. So I'm going to say apply this to all of my audio and OK. And now let's see the level of the noise. In fact, we see it's completely gone.
The bardos.
There's her voice.
Interesting Tibetan concept.
So it just sort of magically wiped out all of that background noise.
The places in between.
Because we sampled the frequency of the noise and it subtracted from the rest of the signal.
Not quite this, not quite that.
Okay, so let's save that. We're going to say File, Save As. I'm just going to say Save As. Tandy Hum Online Fixed, I'm going to say. Okay, so let's go back to Premiere Pro. So I click on my Premiere Pro interface and I'm going to import that. So here's my noisy Tandy, where we could see the gain of the sound. And that's what we want to reduce. So I'm going to say File, Import, and I called it Fixed, and I'm going to import that WAV file. Okay, so I'm going to place that WAV file under the other file and make sure that all the audio lines up. So if I zoom in, okay, so everything is in sync, and I'm going to mute the other signal, the bad signal. And we see here that it's completely quiet, that there is no audio in the background.
Interesting Tibetan concept.
So Audition, that one part of Audition is really useful for cleaning up your sound when you have sound on your movie clip.
The places in between, not quite this, not quite that.
Also, I could have come down here and I could have right-clicked and say Unlink, and I could get rid of that, unmute it.
Not quite this, not quite that.
And usually I move it up to channel 1 to replace what was there.
The stages we inhabit before we get to the next step.